about moral victories, and at the end of this, obviously the job didn't get done, but the team being up 19 at half, trying to handle the adjustments they threw at you, and taking it to OT against one of the best teams. What did your group show you tonight?
Man, I just told them that it takes a lot of character and integrity to do what they're doing. I've been in the league for a while, and I've seen teams give in to circumstances that are less than what we're dealing with, and that was admirable. Obviously, we had a tough third quarter, and the ability to fight back from that and have an even fourth was tremendous. I hurt for them. We feel like we just getting so close to not just winning one game, but winning a lot of games if we play that way versus most teams in the league. I mean, Tatum shot the ball 31 times to have 31 points. Porzingis had a good night. Obviously, there's breakdowns and all that stuff, but this game wasn't about breakdowns. It was just about attrition, and they just outlasted us. We just had a really tough third quarter. I think we turned it over 6 times. I don't know for how many points, but the turnover deal led to a lot of points tonight, and that's just too many advantages for that team.
What worked so well in the first half, Monty? What did they do to shift things back?
Well, they were doing the same thing in the first half. They would put a big on a smaller guy and try to confuse us, and we were setting screens with that guy and taking advantage of that. I thought their physicality was a bit different, but they're a physical team. We just had a tough time keeping the ball. I think we were 7 for 20 in the third, and then 6 turnovers. That was the difference. And then we had a few miscues on when to go get Tatum. It's tough to go get Porzingis at the nail because if you go, it's too long of a rotation. But there were times where we could have gotten Tatum and we just didn't react. The times when we did go get him, we forced them to miss a 3. And that's stuff that happens in the game. I bet if we won the game, they'd be here saying the same thing. It's just part of basketball. For me, I'm unbelievably proud of the group, the way they bring it. They've heard all the stuff about our team, and they just keep bringing it. And I know it's going to pay off for us.
22 points for Jay Knight.
Yeah.
10 rebounds. What did you see from those final points that got you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I thought his ability to hit that big 3 in the corner was huge for us because he had a miscue on defense, and so I knew he was feeling bad about that. Then he came right back and hit a 3. And then the one play where he was up faking, it seemed like 5 times and ends up getting I thought it should have been an and one. As small as he is, shooting over a bigger guy like that was just sheer toughness and grit. His ability to get downhill is second to none on our team and throughout the league, but he's not afraid of the moment. That's what I saw from him. He just battled. There were times tonight where he was having to guard Porzingis, and because Porzingis is at the nail and they got shooters everywhere, it's hard to go double team that one. But he was fighting his tail off tonight. There was the first play of the game, they put him in a screening situation. We were trying to keep the matchup, and they get a layup, and then they went back to that play, and he just fought his tail off tonight, and that's what you want to see from your players.
And then on the play where you challenged, obviously, goes in on Cade. What was your perspective of that play?
Well, it went to review, so it was their chance to look at it. So I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know. I mean, Cade had a couple of blocks like that tonight, so that was a tough one. I got to look at it. I haven't seen it yet. It was like 8 seconds on the clock, so I had to think of the scenarios after that. Is it going to be a tie game? Then we go for this. If not, then we were going to go for the win. And that was my thinking. With 8 seconds on the clock, I'd played guys so many minutes. We were going to go for the win in that moment. And Bogey ends up getting an offensive rebound putback. So when you have situations like that, like you're not just thinking about one thing. I got to think about the scenario if it goes this way or that way, and then who do I want in the game, and what you want to do in that moment. For us, I was going to go for the win.
Was there anything they did differently on Cade in the second half, or what allowed him to
paid off in such a way in the first half?
Well, first half, I think they play physical basketball to begin with. Drew was, playing defense like Drew plays. He had his hands on Cade at half court, and, that's whatever. You know what I mean? It's hard to get the ball down the floor if you got a guy's hands on you from half court to the top of the key. But I thought the physicality, especially when they scored, they were able to set their defense, and then they could get Drew on to him. It reminded me of being against Drew in the finals when he did that to Chris the whole series. So kudos to them to making that adjustment. But I think in moments like that, we got to recognize it and get higher screens onto him. And then I got to do a better job of just giving the ball to somebody else and get Cade playing on the second side.
You mentioned that you're proud of them. Can you just elaborate on what you saw from them coming in against a really good
I see it every day. I mean, with everything that this team has been through, we've lost a lot of games. Everybody knows that. They bring a spirit and integrity and toughness to the gym every single day. They hear everything that people have to say about them and us because they're on social media, and it doesn't sway them from doing their jobs, but also playing to the level and standard that we talk about every day. We can't do anything about the noise. We can control how we approach our jobs. And as bad as they hurt right now, I hurt for them. But I told them if we bring that kind of grit and toughness and execution, minus the turnovers, we're not just going to win one game. We're going to put something together. And it doesn't matter what people say. We don't have to shut people up. We just have to continue to get better and grind and produce or put something on the floor that's productive that our fans can be happy about.
Thanks, Monty.
All right. Thank you.